Good morning, everybody. It is Thursday or Thursday, however you want to put it. It is a little overcast, and we are getting rainstorm threats and warnings and all that fun stuff. Jerry Ann is currently at a doctor's appointment. She decided to go by herself. Um, I thought I was going to go with her, but plans changed like overnight. I was not privy to it. And I am like, okay, if you think you can handle doing it on your own, go for it. Of course, by the time I realized Jerry had left me and the dog at home, um, it wasn't until let's see here. She was supposed to wake me up at 9:15. Supposed to be at the doctor's by 9:45. So it must have been about 9:30, 9:45 when I realized that she was gone. And I was stuck with a rambunctious puppy. Luckily, right now, she has ran herself ragged and is taking a nap in her crate. She goes in there by herself with very little coaxing, if any. Yes, all three. Sometimes I have to coax her, sometimes she just goes in there by herself. But now that the puppy is in the crate and I fed the kitties, baby wants to be up my rumpus. I know why. She's missing her mama. Lisa is down in Texas. She went down there for, well, I think it was her oldest granddaughter, was having her birthday, and she wanted to be down there for the birthday, which I totally understand. If I had kids who had kids of their own, I was a grandfather. I'd want to be there to see my grandkids have a good birthday and maybe spoil them a little. But I don't. That and it's spring break down in Texas for the grade school kids, so she wanted to be down there to spend some time with all the grandkids. Again, not a problem. I don't mind babysitting the cats. In fact, I'd rather babysit the cats than the dog. Not because I've become a cat person, but because the cats are like me, an old grumpy sourpuss. I say that with fun because that's the way I feel sometimes. Um, but baby, especially who craves attention. Um, Daisy, on the other hand, is more of a leave me alone unless I want attention, I'll come to you type cat. But all three, all three of the fur babies, I'm gonna say that all three of the fur babies have their personalities, their quirks and whatnot. And granted, Oreo is growing up. He's still a puppy, still in training of sorts. Not as much as before I went in the hospital. But what was that? You're a strange cat. She's over here on top of the camping gear, preening herself, basically giving herself a bath. And she looked up towards me like, what? And her tongue was kind of hanging out of her mouth like I caught her in mid lick or something like that. I don't know. But that was the weirdest look I've ever seen from this cat. Um, but she's a darling. She is a sweetheart. You know, I love it when, and I don't try to deter the three animals to interact, but because of the cat's ages and Oreo being a puppy, Oreo wants to play. They don't want to play with the rambunctious dog. So the first time she tried to get too close to Daisy, who just walked in the office, Daisy turned on her and hissed and gave her a good whack on the nose. And ever since then, Oreo is cautious. Still wants to check them out, but is cautious not to get too close. She tries to sneak up from behind. Well, that's dog for you. You know, dogs communicate to check each other out by sniffing their butts, but okay. Cats aren't that way. Um, but they are. It's funny because even if Oreo doesn't do anything to provoke them, they will give some distance and try to walk by them. But both of them hiss like before they try to walk past her, Oreo. Um, they give a hiss, a warning type, like "Don't play with me," and Oreo will just like keep her distance. I keep on wanting to say his. Uh, but what are you gonna do, Daisy? Baby's already up there. Unless baby's gonna let you come in. And baby's too busy preening herself. Um, wish they'd let me brush them. Because Daisy is, or not Daisy, baby especially is a long haired cat. And I can only imagine what she's going through with these weird temperatures. But so far, I'm having a good day, even though I'm a little exhausted and just trying to keep my cool, even with the fur babies, because sometimes they just, want too much attention, and I don't have the um, brain capacity to try to do attention and whatnot. But I I had somebody, well, yeah, I had somebody get in touch with me this morning via Instagram. Um, it seems that this person, and I'm not going to name names, because I'm not sure. I've deducted and deduced, however you want to put it, who this person is. I'm going to tell you the guys this much right now, and this includes Diane and whoever else might be listening. I normally do not get myself involved with other people's quarrels. But this person reached out to me asking me to do a solid, give this person a solid. I don't know how to say it now, but I'm assuming just because of all the things going on the net, and I had to look it up to make sure I was not being duped. But I deduced that this person is Joey Z, because they signed their name as Joey, and I just connected the dots. It seems that you guys are okay. Daisy just jumped up behind you. Daisy jumping up on the camping gear startled baby. Daisy likes getting up into the windows. But anyhow, if if my information is correct and my deductions are correct, it seems as if something has happened between Diane and the GB and Joey Z. And somebody's claiming that we reached out, or Joey Z reached out to us to basically help whomever attack Diane. I'm not interested in that. I'm just interested to clear up the facts. And no, this is the first time Joey Z reached out to us. We've never reached out to Joey. I almost did not want to do this because I felt like I'm being drawn into the middle of something I don't want to be in. Um, but I don't want anybody to think that Joey is wanting us to help her attack anybody. She just wants us to basically clarify that nobody contacted anybody for an aggressive assault. Um, Personally, I really don't care what's going on out there. I care about what's going on here in my home. Trying to be healthy and happy and positive. But all right, what are you doing, Screwy? No, this is my cup. This is my tea. Daisy has decided to climb onto my office desk, which is fine. I don't mind as long as she doesn't try to get into any trouble. She's just sniffing around my stuff. And I'm glad I don't have any candles or anything lit because I don't want the cats to get hurt. But to the person who contacted me, if you are Joey Z, again, I don't want to get in the middle of you guys' squabble. You did not contact us to help you assault or attack or whatever anybody. They're claiming, whoever it is saying that basically Joey Z contacted my wife to go after Diane. Well, one, if there was a contact made, Jerry would have said no. We don't want to get involved in anybody else's problems. We got enough of our own here at the house. They're not really problems, they're just adjustments. I personally don't want to. I don't want to help anybody attack another person, but I sure in the heck don't want people to drag my name or Jerry Ann's name in the middle of it. I don't know the full what is going on out there between Diane and Joey or Diane and the GB or whomever. I did because the person in question told me that they no longer deal with the GB because it's just a bunch of crap. And yes, I'm paraphrasing. Well, because I've also been told multiple times by other people who just sit back and read the GB, told me that they're falling apart. And I'm like, okay, maybe people just got tired of the negativity and their eyes are open to it and went, no. But I am, what are you doing, crazy cat? I am 100% positive that I'm not going to be in the middle of, I'm going to do my best to stay out of any quarrels or, any disputes or quarrels or problems between one YouTube creator and another. That's not my place. As far as I'm concerned, I just really wish that everybody would just go back to doing their own thing. I have a phone number if I want to call the person to clarify, to talk to them on the phone, which the area code is somewhere here in the Midwest, I think. Or maybe not. I have to look it up. But as far as I'm concerned, me and Jerry Ann are not a part of it. We don't want any part of any negative problems or negativity or squabbles or whatever is going on between other people. We focus on us as best as we can. But yeah, I wish that I'm tired of people pointing a finger. I'm tired of people like, oh, they're lying. They're not telling the truth. My question is, how would you know what the truth is from my side of the fence compared to your side of the fence? I mean, do you live in my house? Do you go to my wife's medical appointments with her? You know, we've done everything we can to prove the truth, but I've gotten to the point after reading certain materials and seeing certain things on Facebook. You know, I'm sorry, I can't help it. You don't like my truth. You know, as far as I'm concerned, I don't like your lying. You know, so the question is, who's telling the truth and who's not? Well, obviously, the person who's talking must be doing the truth. You know, telling the truth because um, me and my wife are living it. Now, I'm gonna still talk about Joey Z, because I've found out some information. Joey Z and her husband have been going through a lot. Now, I've seen her videos, and I've seen the pictures she put out there, and um, I'm not sure if she's got cancer or not. I wasn't, you know, I didn't really, couldn't tell, put it that way, because I didn't read, or I wasn't really listening to a lot because I was trying to do other things at the same time. But if Joey is as sick as she says she is, and I believe she is because she's the one telling about it, I'm gonna say she is sick. You know, and I'm not gonna question it. You know, because if anybody is sick, they're sick. I mean, some people you can't tell how sick they are because it's not a visible sickness. Cancer is not always visible on the outside. Um, my mental health is not always visible on the outside unless something triggers me. I've been labeled with depression with bipolarism. You know, I'm gonna have to agree with my doctor because bipolarism, from what I understand, is a lot of highs, a lot of lows, and when you're in your low, you're like, leave me the heck alone. Just go away. When I'm at my high, I'm like happy and giddy and ready to do whatever I can to take care of my house or my family, you know, my job even. Even though sometimes my job is more like, nah, I get paid to do it, so I might as well do it. Um, excuse me. But a lot of times you can't tell a person's sickness unless you either read the reports or happen to be living with them, you know. But I feel, sorry, I thought I heard my somebody turning towards my house. Um, Jerry Ann's, Jerry Ann's health. A lot of it you can't tell unless you read the reports or you live with her. You know, and I've read the reports. I've told you everything. I have not withheld any information. The only time I'll hold anything is if Jerry asks me to hold off on my video until her video is out, which is fine and dandy. You know, and yes, sometimes it sounds like we're contradicting each other because, you know, the way I remember things compared to the way she remembers things is different. It's natural, you know. Not everybody can retain certain information because you're stuck on, like me. I get stuck on, you know, when they said cancer, my brain automatically went to, oh, great. How much longer do I have how much more time do I have with Jerry before cancer takes her? They could not pinpoint or give us a date or time or anything like that because it was one of those cancers that could either rapidly spread. The only thing the doctor was worried about with this particular cancer, because it's treatable, can't get rid of it, but it is treatable, is did it get to her lungs? No. Good. It didn't. It skipped the lungs. It went from kidney to bone. If it had gotten into her lungs, then we would have been worried about, how to treat it and how long we can keep her comfortable. So those were the things that I got worried about. And because of my worry and my concern, I might have misspoken or misrepresented the facts. So I do apologize for that. And if that's what everybody was basing their reactionary channel on, well, should have based it on what she said. But one of the things I have learned recently is I don't have to explain anything to anybody. I can sit here and read my books to you guys and talk about things I'm interested in, how the day is going, or what the weather is doing, or what's going on in my house. I don't even have to, do that. But because it's my life journey, and maybe some people can get some, inspiration from my journey, or even if you look at my journey and my videos and go, oh man, my life is not as that bad as that poor guy. That's fine and dandy. I don't come on here for the praise. I don't come on here for the, hoopla. I come on here because this is what I want to do. This is how I want to talk about my journey. This is how I want to live my life. It will change. Everything changes. The seasons change. Today I might be, happy-go-lucky and be, talking to you about all kinds of things. And then tomorrow I could be like, oh, I really am miserable, but I need to do this because this is a method of income. I'm not trying to scam anybody. I'm not trying to cheat anybody. I'm not asking anybody for anything. Yeah, I might tell you, oh man, I wish I could get this, but right now I can't because of one reason or another. That's not me begging for anything. That's just me saying, oh man, I wish I could get this. I'm not asking people to get me anything. Most of these tapestries, they were sent to me as gifts. I did not ask for them. They just, oh, he's into, Norwegian stuff, or he's into the Vikings. Let's send him this. I appreciate it. I thank the people for it. I really do. But I'm not asking for anything. But come this weekend, I'm gonna start planning out, different discussions or trying to do different things. And if you enjoy them, great. If you don't, I'm sorry. I know I've heard people say, you like it when I read or talk about and read the Viking stuff or the Norwegian stuff, the Nordic stuff. Okay, that's great. I've had one or two people that I don't know if they left me or not because I didn't do it, but I've had people in the past ask me to read, do the Bible studies. Okay, I'll try to work out something. I mean, just life. I take life as one day at a time now. I might schedule in or try to plan my life because I like to know what I should be trying to focus on by looking at a schedule or a calendar. That's just me. But that does not mean I'm going to be like getting all frustrated or whatnot because I wrote it down but didn't get to it, because things change. But what are you doing? Going back over there? All right. got a feline that just doesn't know what she wants to do. No, this is just not for you. This is little Daisy. Well, she's not really little, but she's a good kitty. Sometimes wants to get into too much. Yes, you do. Oh, you just want to butt your head against stuff now. Trying to mark her territory. But, you know, life is just one of those crazy things you have to deal with. What? Oh, dog's whining. She's been in the crate too long. She wants out. It's only been barely a half hour. Question is, how am I going to get you two out of here? Because I don't want to leave my office door open where the dog can get in here and get into trouble. Yeah. Oreo is very sneaky. There's been several days, either the door to the driveway or the door to the front porch has a lovely little pile that she snuck out and did, and we don't know why she's doing it. I don't know if she realizes it's the way out and she just wants out and nobody's coming around, so she's going to do her business right there and then. Or because we had a dog running, a dog that got loose from one of the neighbors ran through our yard. And ever since then, Oreo's been, let's just say, I believe more than just accidental. I think she's doing it on purpose to like mark her territory to keep the other dog from trying to come in. I need to talk to the vet about her age and when do we have to worry about puppy PMS or dog PMS is the only way I can put it. Or try to get her spayed or neutered before then, which I kind of don't want to do, but I think it would be necessary so we don't have an unwanted litter of puppies that we have to deal with. Some people say it's cruel and inhumane. I think it's better to get your pet spayed or neutered so you don't have to deal with the puppy parade that could happen, and then you have a bunch of puppies you either have to get rid of or keep. I'm not gonna put it. I'd rather deal with the situation before the situation happens. I mean, I know as a pet lover and an animal lover, unless you don't want puppies, extra puppies, it's just better off for the animal to be spayed or neutered. That way they don't have to, you as the owner don't have to deal with the problem. But hey, excuse me. Tomorrow is Friday, which is my beginning of my weekend. Basically, I have Fridays and Saturdays off. I have no idea what I'm gonna do. I think that's one of the things that me and Jerry have to sit down and talk about tonight. Preferably before I go to work, but I don't think that's gonna happen. It's almost noon. And I don't know where she is. So that has me kind of concerned. But I have a feeling tomorrow morning while the home health aide is here, I'm going to be in here to do some cleaning, unless we decide to do some purging out in the kitchen, which either way, I'll be happy because I'll be cleaning and fixing things up. And if the temperature is nice outside tomorrow, I have a whole bunch of cardboard boxes and recyclables that I can take to our recycling center and dispose of them. And then I can come home and clean up the car, so I can start putting some of this camping gear in there, which is something actually me and Jerry need to talk about before I do that, or before I do the car cleaning for camping. Sorry, my ear is itchy. It's allergy season, and my ears do itch during allergy season. Should go get one of those special Q-tips that I have. They're really great because what they do is they have like, I don't know if I should say moisturizing cream on the tip or what, but they've got something. It's like a saline type solution. You break one end and you go and use it, and you're good to go for a while. Yeah, it looks like a baby might be trying to take a nap in here. Daisy's just staring me down like she wants something, but what? You've been fed. Oh, you just want pets? Yeah, I can tell. As soon as I try to pet her, her head went straight into my hand, like, yes, pet me. This is what I mean by, not baby, Daisy. She's a calm, cool, collective cat, and she'll come around when she wants something from you, like petting or food. Usually if it's food, she meows at me like crazy. Yeah, you're a good girl. You're a good girl. I love all my pets. I love all my kitty, the kitties, the dog, the birds that come to the bird feeder outside, I tell you, not that I'm unhappy with my marriage, because that's not true. I'm just unhappy with myself for most of the time. But if I had not gotten married, I'd probably be one of these crazy fools that live in their mom's basement, with all my books, and probably wouldn't have the video game systems or anything like that. I'd probably just have what I could afford. Which, I'll be honest with you, I think being married being married to Jerry, I've got all kinds of names in my head, but yeah, being married to Jerry, has been beneficial. I mean, without Jerry, I probably would not have been able to get my driver's license, because my mom is not a very good teacher. Speaking of the Jerry, all right, I'm gonna go ahead and let you guys go. I'll see you next time around. Bye.